Good morning, students. Today is our lesson, punctuation. You know punctuation. Uh, we use punctuations words. Why punctuated? Why to punctuate? Punctuation marks are symbols that indicate the structure and organizations of written language, as well as intonation and the pauses to be observed when reading aloud. In written English, punctuation is vital to disambiguate the meaning of sentence. Next two. Correct punctuation can save a person's life. For example, let's eat grandpa. Maybe let's eat grandpa. Next. The power of punctuation. An English professor asked the students to punctuate the following. A woman without her man is nothing. All of the males in the class wrote. A woman without her man is nothing. All of the females in the class wrote. A woman without her man is nothing. Punctuation marks. Full stop per word. Next, ellipsis marks. Comma, colon, semicolon, question mark, exclamation mark, quotation marks, parentheses, apostrophe, hyphen, and dash. Spacing with punctuation. First rule. With a computer, use only one space after commas, semicolons, colons, exclamation points, question marks, and quotation marks. Second rule. Use no spaces on either side of a hyphen. For example, we borrowed 22 sheets of paper. Then, full stop. You know, full stop. Rules. Use a full stop at the end of a complete sentence that is a statement. For example, I know that you would never break my trust intentionally. Second, if the last word in the sentence ends in a full stop, don't use another full stop after it. For example, I know that, for example, somebody's name, she is my sister-in-law. Ellipsis marks. So, rule. The three-dot method is used for ellipsis marks. Use no more than 3 marks whether the commission occurs in the middle of a sentence or between sentences. For example, original sentence regulation states maybe all agencies must document over time or risk losing federal funds. Comma. Rules. To avoid confusion, use commas to separate words and word groups with a series of 3 or more. For example, my property is to be split among my husband and daughter, son, and nephew. Second rule is use a comma to separate two adjectives when the word and can be inserted between them. For example, he's a strong, healthy man. Next one, third rules. Use commas before or surrounding the name or title of a person directly addressed. Use a comma to separate the day of the month from the year and after the year. For example, she talked to her husband on December 23 in Mill Valley, California. Semicolon. Rules. Use a semicolon in place of a full stop to separate the sentence where the conjunction has been left out. For example, call me tomorrow. I will give you my answer then. You now have paid my dues, therefore I expect all the privileges listed in the contract. Next rules. Use a semicolon to separate units of series when one or more of the units contain commas. For example, this conference has people who have come from Lahore, Pakistan, Bombay, India, and Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And So next, and use the semicolon between two sentences that are joined by a conjunction, but already have one or more commas within the first sentence. For example, when I finish here, I will be glad to help you, and that is a promise I will keep. Question mark. Rules. Question mark only after direct question. When you go with me, ask it if you would go with me, exclamation mark. Rules. First rules, use exclamation points to show emphasis to surprise. Don't use exclamation point in formal business letters. For example, I'm truly shocked by your behavior, apostrophe. Then rules. First rules use the apostrophe with contractions. The apostrophe is always placed at the spot where one or more letters have been removed. For example, don't, isn't, you are right, she's a great teacher. Second rules, use apostrophe to show position, place the apostrophe before the S to show singular possession. For example, one boy's head, one child's head, Mr. Jones's golf clubs, Mrs. Lee's books. Use apostrophe where the noun that should follow is incomplete. For example, this was his father's, not his jacket. First, to show plural possession, make to noun plural first, then immediately use the apostrophe. For example, two boys' had, two women's had, two actresses' hats, two children's hat. Fifth, with a singular compound noun, show possession with s at the end of the word. For example, my mother-in-law's hat. Okay, thank you, dear students. The end my lesson.